Okay, so here we have 750 points worth of Steel Legion Imperial Guard. Tim, if you want to take us through, have a closer look.
Alright, this squad first. Squad of veterans, 3 sniper rifles, Chimera, multi-laser, heavy bolter. Squad of veterans, 3 grenade launchers, Chimera with multi-laser and heavy flamer. Squad of veterans, these are melter guns, even though they look like plasma guns. I couldn't get melter gun models, so 3 melter guns, Chimera just with multi-laser and heavy flamer, no storm bolter. Company command squad with 2, and these are plasma guns, these ones, 2 plasma guns, and no one else has got any upgrades. Chimera with multi-laser and heavy bolter, and finally just a bare bones demolisher, no plasma spots.
So here I have 750 points worth of Tau. So looking here, HQ, we have a commander. He has no weapons himself, however he does have multi-spectrum and command and control node. He's with, now these aren't bodyguards, these are elites, 2 crisis suits, both with twin missile pods, no twin linked there, just 1 missile poddy on each arm, and then they've each got 2 shield drones. And moving over to the troops section, I have 2 squads of 6, including a sergeant. And then moving on to the more support choices, in the elites we've got my Riptide, and then we've got my Hammerhead. Now the Hammerhead just has an iron cannon and dual missile pods and a disruption pod, or smart missiles rather, and this guy also has the same loadout. And that's pretty much it, everything else is no. So here we have the field of battle after deployment in the first game. The mission is Relic, as you can see the relics right there. Guard have just set up with the demolisher there on the left, and then just a line of chimeras. Command chimera is just there, and then 10 of the men from that chimera to the left of the ruins are deployed in the ruins. I've set up my tower with the fire warriors off the board to avoid them getting cut apart in the early stage of the game. I've got very few in my army. Then I've got my Riptide there, and then my the rest of my army here just well away from that demolisher cannon, because that's going to be the one that's doing some damage to me, I feel. Right, okay, so I failed steal initiative. Let's see what the guard can do in their first turn. So Imperial Guard movement, as you can see, these guys have just crept forward on the 2 flanks, and this genius here managed to immobilise himself, so he's stuck back there for the rest of the game. And he's taken a hold point. Let's get on to air shoot. Guard turn 1 shooting didn't come to much. The snipers from that squad did manage to put a wound on the Riptide here, but everything else came to nothing. Right, that's the end of the guard movement and shooting. That's the end of the guard turn. So tower movement, the only thing I did was move the Riptide 6 inches this way. I haven't gone to overcharge or anything like that. We'll just end. So after tower shooting, turn 1, I managed to wreck the command Chimera using this missile squad, although the Riptide did get an initial glance on it. My iron cannon tank managed to put another glance on this Chimera here. So it's on to Imperial Guard, turn 2. So Imperial Guard movement, turn 2. The Demolisher just rolled up to the side of this ruin here. This Chimera has disengorged its men, they've run out. 3 of them have moved into contact, well, 1 of them has moved into contact with the relic, 3 on top of this sort of bit of terrain here that we've just set a solid ruin block. And then over here you can see that the other Steel Legion unit have disembarked from their Chimera. So that's it, on to shooting. At the end of Guard shooting, he's managed to strip 3 of the drones off this battle suit squad there, and he's pushing forward across. He's done a bit. So tower movement, I've decided to go into a bit more of an aggressive stance. These missile guys have pushed up here so they can get most of the Guard army in range. This iron cannon tank has pushed up here, and then the Riptide has moved up close to these fire warriors who came in from reserve to a nice Demolisher Blast template sized group for him there. So let's see what I can do in the shooting. So Tau shooting turn 2, and then I've also done Assault just to speed things up a little bit. But first of all, this guy put a shot onto this Chimera, but it scattered off. And just managed to kill one of the crew, one of the men. These guys fired at the Chimera, failed to do any glances. The Riptide, however, managed to get a pen on the Lehman Russ. I forgot to mention in the movement phase that I did actually Nova-charge his weapon. And it is now snap firing, which spares me from that Demolisher Cannon for a turn. And these guys, with a bit of strafing, managed to kill 2 of the guys on top of there, so he's dropped the relic again. As you can see from Assault, the missile crew just jumped over to the other side of the forest, and then the Riptide's moving over here, so we're spreading around the flanks. Movement turn 3. This squad here has just pushed up on top of the ruin. They've picked up that relic. The command squad, company command squad, have moved in here, so I can't get them with my missiles. I imagine that's what he's doing anyway, my missile squad. And then these guys have pushed up here to get some flames onto my battlesuit squad in the woods there. So let's see if he can bring the Emperor's Wrath to the Xenos scum. So guard turn 3 shooting was relatively effective. These veterans here with the relic put fire down onto these fire warriors. Only managed to kill 1, and they didn't flee. No other fire from the Demolisher's heavy bolter did anything. However, over here he has stripped off my 3 remaining drones. These battlesuits are on their own, no more invuln saves. Could be a little sketchy. Let's see what I can do in turn 3. This Riptide just strolled into the woods here. This unit of fire warriors that's only got 5 men left have hopped over the wall to get into rapid fire range of the guys with the relic. These guys have just strolled on from reserve here to put some shots onto those guard there, because I've pushed up danger close with my suits here. And then I've also, of course, got this bad boy here overlooking. He can shoot at what he wants, really. So let's crack on. So after Tau shooting an Assault turn 3, the Riptide managed to get another pen on the Lehman Russ, preventing it from moving or shooting, and it's only on 1 hull point now. These guys failed to do anything despite their rapid fire because Tim pulled off all his cover saves. Very impressive. Then these guys combined with the Hammerhead put a lot of fire onto the veterans over here. Now only 2 of the 9 are left. They killed 7. You can see those cheeky guys there. And then the missile squad wrecked their Chimera before jumping over this wall here, so they're sort of in the back of his table edge there. So let's go into guard turn 4. Okay, so guard movement turn 4. This Chimera pivoted here, so he's still covering the company command squad, but he's avoiding a side armor shot from my missile crisis. And these guys have just moved out from the cover they were in, and everything else has pretty much stayed where it is. Oh, apart from these 2, which have run on top of this wrecked Chimera here, so they're in cover. Let's go on with shoot. Guard shooting, turn 4. These guys lost a wound from a scattering grenade launch that scattered 10 inches. It was originally aimed at these guys. Took a wound from a multi-laser on one of the crisis suits over there, and everything else failed to go off. Tau movement turn 4. Riptide's just moved over to here and got off his Nova charge or Nova reactor. This guy stayed exactly where he is. These guys have pushed 6 inches forwards, both squads, and those guys have pushed 6 inches round the back as well. So Tau's shooting. The Riptide managed to get a pen on the side and wreck the Demolisher. Then over here, combined fire from these 2 squads and the Hammerhead managed to wipe out the squad of veterans that were on top of here. And then that missile crew over there fluffed it again and only managed to kill 3 of this guard squad down here. They passed their leadership. So guard turn 5. Turn 5, the company command squad hopped in here. and just moved round to get some flame on my fire warriors. And then these guys moved into a sort of kind of S-shaped conga line from over there backwards, and these guys moved over just an inch forward just to be able to shoot at my guard. Shooting, he managed to successfully heavy flame of these guys down to 2 models. Various fire took these guys down to 2 models as well, but they both passed their leadership test. What heroes! Then these guys have run just up behind this building here. Just want them getting strafed by the Tau. Right, Tau movement turn 5. We've pushed these 2 remaining squads up here to get some side armour on the Chimera there. This guy's just stayed exactly where he is. He's going to be putting some side armour shot into him as well. This guy's moved around here to get some more side armour on the Chimera. Then these guys have just rocked around the back. They'll be putting some supporting fire either into the rear armour or into the context. Something's got to blow it up. Okay. Tau shooting, turn 5. This guy managed to get a pen on the Chimera and a 6 to explode it. That allowed these guys to kill pretty much everyone but the company commander and 1 guy. This guy then finished off the company command squad with his smart missile system. These guys finally managed to do some damage, some significant damage, and killed 7 of the 8 guys here. Just the sergeant is remaining.
Passed a leadership check.
He also passed a leadership check. So now we're just going to see if the game continues. Tim, do you want to roll it? No, it ends on a 2.
So you win
3-0.
Yeah, 3-0.
So at the end of the game, nobody claimed the relic despite everyone's best intentions. However, recognising that I have very little chance to get it from the beginning, I did go for the secondary objectives from the beginning, and I managed to get myself line breaker. I got first blood, and then slay the warlord in the last turn. So that's 3-0 to Tau. Let's see what happens next. So second game, we're on a different table, different scenery, it's scouring. Let's flip the objectives now. So I've got a 2 there, a 3 there, there's a 2 over there, and a 3 over there. What have you got over there? A 1. That means I've got the 4 here. Awesome. So as we can see, scouring now, basically deployment, the Tau. I've got a sort of pack, a team over here of the iron cannon weapons. Got my missile squad over here, and the fire warriors will be coming in from reserve. And over here we've got the command Chimera with another Chimera next to it. Then if we just sweep over here, we've got the Demolisher in the centre with 2 more Chimeras on that flank. Let's crack on. Guard movement turn 1, he's pushed these Chimeras forward and disembarked the squad of veterans. Then if we cruise over here, he's pushed his Demolisher forward. Now I've misjudged and he's now in range of my killer squad over there. So that could be a bit of a sticky first turn for me. We'll find out. Obviously those Chimeras are pushed forward. So guard shooting was very successful from this side. Managed to strip off 5 of the drones of this squad here. Over here, a lucky cover save stopped my Hammerhead from taking any damage, but the Riptide did take a wound off the Demolisher. Then everything else fired into the Riptide, but he managed to get away with it, so he's only taken 1 wound. Right, let's crack on, see if we can get some. Tau's movement, turn 1, I've just split these guys up, maintaining my cover save over there because the destruction pods are rocking it so far. Riptide's over there, so he can't hit both, and then I've just spread these guys out to avoid another grenade taking so much damage off me. Let's crack. So after my shooting and assault phase with the Tau, this guy pulled off an absolute stunner and managed to explode this vehicle, killing 4 of the guys inside, this Chimera. Nothing doing there. Riptide missed, he scattered off. And then this missile squad managed to wipe out 7 of the guys who were disembarked. So guard movement turn 2, he's being very aggressive. He's pushed this Chimera up here, jumped the squad with the melters out. This Demolisher's pushed up. And then the command squad jumped out of this chimera, it's pushed forward, and these three have sort of jogged forward in front of their chimera. So guard turn 2 shooting, and really keeping the pressure on now. Orders and ignoring cover with some rapid fire plasma. Strip these guys down to one of the battle suits dead, no drones, one of the battle suits on 1 wound, commander's unharmed. Riptide's fine, but a melter gun got a glance against this, nothing else came to bear. So town movement turn 2. Facing off against supreme aggression, I decided to be aggressive myself. Tried to tank shock these guys, however a melter, death or glory, managed to immobilise me an inch away from the unit. I'm on 1 hull point there, so this is not good. My reserves came on there and another unit there. The Riptide's moved around here and he's got his Nova charge, so hopefully I'll get something over there. And these guys again, I'm pushing up, balls to the wall. Let's see what I can do against this company command squad. Let's go. So in shooting, this guy managed to take out the 4 guys surrounding the company command. Then these guys combined fire managed to take a wound off him. He got some invuns there and they got some tailbush shooting. Riptide put a pen through, so he's now snap firing, so that I don't have to worry about the demolisher cannon for a turn. Good old Riptide. These guys managed to put a glance on the side armour of that. Only 4 of them got to do it, but pulled it off. And then this guy, with 7 shots, 3 from the iron cannon on its lower power setting, and 4 smart missiles, nothing failed to hit or wound, so that killed 7 of that squad there, which is a bit of a satisfying event. Tower assault, the commander ran in and in the first initiative step, which was initiative 4, punched the guard, company command guard. Movement turn 3, the 3 guys who were remaining from the missile burst in the first turn have hopped back in their chimera, and then the command chimera, whose contents are now red mist, have both backed in together to cover their weaker armour from the missiles if they don't take that crew down. And then over here the demolishers push forward to ignore, so these guys don't get any cover from the ruin from his heavy bolter. And this has pushed forward, they've just jogged alongside. So guard shooting, I have to say I'm extremely relieved that no damage was done to those from the two chimeras. Then over here he's shredded this squad, and they'll have to move together in their movement phase to maintain conformity. But past their leadership, my fire warriors have been absolutely loving it this game. Nothing else went off. So town movement, these guys have just jogged forward to rapid fire those 3 remaining men over there. He stayed where he is, obviously my hammerhead's immobilised, and then these guys have jogged sideways to hit this chimera in the side armour. Likewise, they've stayed close to danger to try and hit that chimera in the side armour. Tower shooting, these guys totally messed up, didn't get anything. These guys put 2 hull points on there, it would have been fully wrecked, but he saved 2 cover. This guy managed to get a glance against the side of this guy, so I will have to face off against that demolisher cannon in the guard turn. And this guy just wiped out the guard that were there. So let's see what happens. So the demolisher moved back in guard turn 4, and then over here these guys just pivoted so that they're not snap firing. He wants to put as much fire as possible onto my commander's unit. Okay, so guard shooting was awesome. I didn't even see this chimera just park itself. You can't even see it, but basically there's a chimera parked here, and it managed to shoot through the building, kill my 2 fire warriors here. Demolisher totally fluffed it with the opportunity he got to fire, scattered 10 inches off the board. And then over here, the commander's gone down to 2 wounds and his mate is dead. So as the commander's unarmed, we'll have to see what we can get him to do. My turn. Town movement, I just jogged these guys into the ruins here, and my commander just leapt or sprinted, whatever, he got his ass out of dodge into that ruin there. So tower shooting, these guys got off an effective volley, wrecked this and spilled the 3 remaining survivors back out into the open where it's chilly. This guy got a pen and then exploded the Lehman Rush demolisher. What a legend. And then this guy just poured low arm fire into here, killed 4 guys. And my commander, just in the assault, because his warlord let him jump 3d6, he just nipped behind here for cover. So So movement-wise for the guard on turn 5, they just hopped into this ruin here. Now we agreed that if you're within the diagonal of the ruin, you are in cover. So effectively, these two units are shooting across open ground into cover. They both get cover off each other. These guys just used, got a 6 there and just hopped into cover here to try and maintain that objective. And this Chimera just parked around here. I think he's going to pour fire into the Fire Warriors as well. Let's see. So guard shooting, this Chimera managed to get a 6 on his multi-laser to glance this guy to death. So that's a bit of a hero, that Chimera there, to be fair. These guys totally fluffed it, but basically the Chimera kind of saved their asses. Killed 2 of these guys, which might be enough to keep them alive, but it wasn't enough to make them run, or rather it was to make a leadership test, but they passed it. My turn. Town movement turn 5, the commanders just hopped back onto this objective here. These guys have just pushed forward, so they're back on that objective because the casualties took them slightly off it, or it was arguable, so just to be sure. And then this Riptide's pushed forward so we can get some smart missile action onto those scumbags over there. Again, putting him in range, and he's holding the objective. Let's see. So the game has ended turn 5. It's another victory for the Tau. Tim's got 3 objectives with this sneaky Chimera here. Just that objective on there. Then that's his total of 3. Then I've got 2 points here, plus 4 here because I've stripped him off that objective. That puts me on 6. 1 here makes 7, plus Warlord and Line Breaker takes me on 9. 9-3. Good game. So Tim, a fun couple of games there. How are you feeling?
Really tired. Yeah, it was a good game. It's the first time I've ever, literally in about 10 years, used a full mech army. Normally I go full infantry, and I just wanted to try out my Steel Legion models a lot more. So I went for a fluffy Steel Legion army, and I think we did quite well for a fluffy army.
Not bad, not bad. What did you do what did you learn from the first game that you applied in the second game to develop your tactics?
First game, I played it like a foot guard list. I went up to, I took ground, and then I just held ground, just sat on that ground, and it just didn't work. Because I didn't have the redundancy of being a foot guard general, I just got blasted off. Like, if I lost a squad of men, that's a quarter or a third of my men. If that had been a foot guard list, it would have been 10%.
Okay, so then how did you apply that lesson to the second game?
The second game I was super aggressive from the get-go. And I played it like Steel Legion, and meant to play the fluff. I was like, if I'm playing a Steel Legion army, I'm playing a fluffy Steel Legion army, and let's actually play one. So I pushed forward with every character I had, got all my men out, like a blitz, like punched forward, blitzkrieged, got my men out, shot, and rather than taking me 4 turns to kill 3 droids, it took me 1 turn to kill 5 droids.
And I mean, yeah, you really put the wind up me there. I was very, very scared.
Even the pressure, like, didn't make much of a difference. It felt better for me. That's the best thing. Like, being aggressive with the outguard.
And really finally, man of the matches, man of the
It has to be the. It can't be the Demolisher. He did nothing. He's rubbish. And, I've had him for 10 years and he's never killed a model.
Is that true?
It's really. I stopped taking him after 6 months, and I've never used him since.
And you cracked him back out now.
Yeah.
Okay.
But here, man of the match has to be that hero Chimera.
Oh, the Chimera who sort of was cashing checks.
In the first game, he went forward and did the Chimera disco ball and just shot lasers out of everything. And in the second game, he took out that hammerhead in the final.
And he killed the Fire Warriors.
And he killed the Fire Warriors.
And he got on you an objective.
And he got me an objective. So overall, that Chimera is
just rocking it. Okay, well done.
Okay, Johnny, so how are you feeling after those 2 games?
Well, when you win twice in a row, it's always fun, obviously. I was a bit dubious about using my Tau, especially in a battle report, because the paint job was done when it was back in 2001. I bought the entire army at Games Day when Tau came out. I had them all painted in a couple of months, so I was probably about 12 or something like that at the time. So I haven't used them for a while. I've been using my Blood Angels, had to check a couple of rules and that still, but yeah, basically overall I was very, very happy with them. Felt very cheesy taking a Riptide in 750 150 points, but it was more to do with the paint job than anything else. Although saying that, he did absolutely kill. So yeah, it's very good, all fun.
Okay, so what did you find out about your army in the first match then? What did you learn?
Well, to be honest, I learned something which turned out not to be true. I trusted my hammerhead to be a little more resilient than it was, and it was taken out. I thought it was pretty much untouchable after the first game. Nothing was coming close to damaging it, so I thought, rock that bad boy forward, get a tank shot like I do with my bars when I'm playing Blood Angels. So I forgot that I was playing the exact opposite of Blood Angels for a second there, and yeah, that went badly. So that's something I thought I'd learned, but then, you know, through further play testing, which is often the case, you can have as much theory hammer as you want, but really until you play several games back to back, you don't know how things are gonna, you know, be in real life, so to speak. I learned that my Riptide was absolutely awesome because I don't use him that much. I don't like him as a unit normally. It just doesn't really fit with my playstyle, but I managed to make him work how I would normally get him to play, you know, aggressive, a lot of manoeuvrability, so yeah, very happy with how the Riptide performed.
So can I assume the Riptide is your man of the match, or do you have someone else to take that crown?
Yeah, it's got to be the Riptide. He really impressed me. Up to this point, whenever I've used him, sort of before I switched over to Blood Angels, he always let me down. He could absorb a lot of fire, but he never really put much out. But this game, yeah, he was really punishing. He never failed on his Nova charge. He was just rocking it. Yeah, no complaints. Wicked.
All right, thank you.
Thanks.